It was a little different at first, but I mean, it just, you know, I think the weirdest thing is bringing other people in. But when they came in, they were really excited about it. You know, when they brought them in, I actually liked all those guys. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was refreshing. You have to understand, when you're working on set, or when you're working with someone, I want to work with people who are excited about doing the project, who don't want something else, who don't want to nag, who don't want to complain. I'm working with 12 hours a day. Let's just get people who are all excited about it, rah, 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 and go from there. So when you have that whole uncomfortable negativity, I'm going on strike thing, I want more money thing, that was uncomfortable for everybody. So when we go to work, it was just more like, you know, I don't want to work with someone who thinks they're bigger and better than someone else. And that was the problem. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go to work and be like, ugh. So I wanted to go to work and enjoy it. So when Johnny came and Steve came and Karen, it was just like, yeah, this is super stoked to be a Power Ranger. I was like, yeah, all right, well, me too. Then me and Johnny would mess around a lot, and we got along great. So it was a little different, but it just kind of replaced it pretty quick. Now, where it got weird is when Karen was replaced, and then Nokia came, and it started getting weird. You didn't really want to, you didn't know who was coming and going anymore. You know, you're like, they would have people standing by. I'm not lying, they'd have people standing by for Steve Cardenas. A guy by the name of Richie. I don't know if you ever remember Richie, a kid in red, very random role in the juice bar. And do you guys remember who I'm talking about? Yeah. Very random. He was placed there to tell Steve Cardenas, when you mess up, you're being replaced by this character. That's what he was placed there for. But Steve didn't really want to do it. Again, it was a time where Steve didn't embrace the Power Rangers. He hated it at one point. You know, I don't want to be a Power Ranger. I hate it. There was one point in his life, which I'm sure we've all been there. That was a job for me, so I would never say that. So Richie was placed to replace him. So they'd have like standby undercover people, but you never saw a guy standing around in green or white. I was like, what color is he wearing? White. Change it now. So, but yeah, that's how it was. It was very corporate, you know, and so it was definitely different, but it was fun. It's great to have the energy. Like Dino Thunder, that's what I was trying to tell you. Those kids were excited about working. Dude, you're Tommy. I was like, yeah, when I started, nobody knew who Tommy was, no one knew who the Power Rangers were, and they grew up watching you, so they're actually Power Rangers, so you can see that excitement. You know, I always wanted to be a Power Ranger. You know, kids are like, what do you want to do when you grow up? Like, Power Ranger. I'm like, kid, that show's never going to last. All right, next, what do you want to be 20 years later? But no. And I know someone, I said you, and then I said someone over here. Yes.
Do you still like watch superhero movies? And what's your favorite superhero?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I don't really watch a lot of TV even now. Like, there's a lot of celebrities here that I don't really, know or watch or anything like that. Really cool people, I don't even know who I'm talking to. They're like, that's so and so. That's how it was with Power Rangers. I've talked to athletes or actors or Gene Simmons and stuff like that. And I didn't know who he was, and they're like, hey, do you know who this guy is? And I'm like, no. He's like, Gene Simmons. I'm like, who? And he's like, looks at me and goes like this.